So when it comes to trade with Africa, I'm definitely heavily involved.
Sure.
It's quite interesting to see the adjustments the African government is making to welcome US exports. I'm not sure most people know about it, but the African Union actually has a trade policy specific for African Americans,
Okay.
African
So
diasporas.
diaspora, yeah.
They actually consider it trade on the continent.
Really? Okay.
Call it the sixth region of Africa.
Okay.
So they actually consider any descendant of Africa as trading on the continent within the AFCFTA, the new trade
Okay.
bloc, the largest trade bloc, right? It's kind of like, the fine print.
Yeah. See, and this is why I do this, because now I'm learning something. Yeah, I
Right?
wasn't aware of
It's
that.
an interesting thing where they're saying we're carving a spot for this demographic of people because of history of Africa. There's a lot of descendants of Africa all over the world, and they want to establish a commerce trail, a bridge back home. And so they've put some incentives in their policy to say the sixth region of Africa is going to be handled for any diaspora anywhere in the world. We're going to treat you differently because we see it as you're trading on the continent. And so that's an interesting slice that it opens a new door of incredible opportunities where it's like, you're not just knocking on the door.
Right.
You know,
Kind of
when
being
you're
brought
looking for
in.
buyer, it's like, oh, look,
You're bringing in.
we've been waiting for
Yeah.
you.
And it's you mentioned, because we speak of it as the continent a lot. It's not one it is there's obviously a block, but there's also organizations like AfriExim Bank
Yes.
that can help and facilitate commerce at the financial institution level. And it's similar. There's a couple of these organizations. There's a similar group that's targeted for Middle East and North Africa that's really there to help facilitate the movement of the payments and goods.
Yes.
So, and those are the resources that certainly open up opportunity.
Yep.
And again, I think that's why.
I love this because AfriExim Bank, I actually in 2018, that's how I got literally the entire strategy, right?
Okay.
Because I served as an ambassador for one of their major events. So that kind of opened myself up to, oh, this is on the books. This is how you interpret this. Nobody knows, right? So that's where that kind of nuanced information, and it's an absolute game changer. So it's a passion space for me as well, as an immigrant American, and it's just a natural fit for those who want to export, right? Because they're new to export, but it's a natural destination for them.
And we've seen that. I think that's one of the strengths that the diaspora communities have. And again, I mentioned I was based in Miami for many years, and same with the Latin American diaspora there. And a lot of trade flows through Miami, and a lot of the companies who are doing exporting there, have immigrated from the country, and then they start fanning out from there. And I think the same is true, really with most markets. And that's why I think that's what really makes international trades an interesting industry.
Yeah. I see that's the fun side. You're making money and you're connecting, you're connecting resources, connecting people. And when I traveled to Egypt 2018, I really had fun, good food and everything.
And business begets business, right?
Absolutely.
You have an opportunity, you see it through, you deliver for your customer, and all of a sudden they might have a friend.